you put some video of like me playing with them on YouTube? Please.
That would be pretty cool. I would actually like to see that again. If you put that up.
Okay, he asked, I need to know what Victor was doing, and I'm going to guess that it was something like... Cool, okay, let's try it again. To say about that is what we started finding a new problem even when we weren't mimicking, and the problem was all of our jams were in 4-bar segments. Everything we did was really cool patterns, whatever it was, weird rhythms and weird notes, but it was always in 4-bar segments. So eventually we just had to say, you know what, we can't even do these exercises anymore. We have to go on to other exercises. And there's always a give and take with these things, because you get ingrained in a certain way and then you want to break out of that box. I want to try one other thing actually, which is kind of under the listening exercise category. With phish, once we started realizing that we were listening better, we decided we would use our new secret weapon of listening better, and we made this thing called the language, where we could talk to each other in musical notes. And so the first thing we did was to get the other person's attention. So if one of us does that with this exercise, that means, listen up, I'm going to give you another instruction. And then we had like 50 different instructions. And most of them were just kind of funny, crowd-pleasing things. Like this might have been, it might have been stop and point at the funniest looking person in the front row. That was one of them. There was another one which was fall down. That was fall down, and we all had to fall flat on the stage. And there was another one where it was a Simpsons one. And I'll go, dope! But those were the ones that we did, but the ones that I thought were really cool were the ones that we never did, the ones we only did at practice. And those were ones where we would just change the music by talking to each other. We would change keys and tempos, and we would change songs. And we had some really wild 8-hour band practices where we would just never talk, never stop, and always just talk to each other with this language that we called the language. So I want to try just 2 of these. It's just to listen. Back to 4. So we'll just go back to 4. Cool, okay. That's the language. All right. Those are all the listening exercises. Now there's a couple other things I want to try. And this is also kind of out of the phish world stuff. That was pretty cool. That was like an ultra quick version of what phish would take probably 48 minutes to get to. 48 minutes of that, and then it's like, oh yeah. We're gonna try to pick rhythms that aren't normal. They're not like in 4. They're not funk licks or jazz licks or anything. They're maybe 5 against 3 or 3 against 5, but the idea is not to know. This is the thing where you're playing, but you're not knowing what you're doing, but you're playing it because it sounds good, and we're going to try to screw up the rhythm. So shows you how hard it is. Because it's really tricky because you're thinking, I want to do something different, so I got to stretch myself out of my box that I'm normally in. You know how you always sit down at the bass and you always play the same thing? I do, whatever it is. So to get out of that is really hard. But now we'll try it through simplicity and listening rather than complicated and trying to find something. So anyway, add 1 hour to that, or a few years, and it really starts sounding good. Made a whole career out of it. Now we're not just playing to each other. In fact, let's start from silence. And like if someone coughs or something, you can cough on purpose if you want. You can make a noise or you can stomp your foot. Maybe we'll all start from silence to see if the birds and the car alarms are doing anything. And we're just going to play to that. Just another, these are all listening exercises. So let's just have like 30 seconds of silence and then start playing to what you hear. Let's have you guys do a lot of things now. Keep adding more noise. We'll just play to you. That was really cool. You know, it might not sound all that good at first.